In Jujutsu Kaisen, right after Ryomen Sukuna cuts Satoru Gojo in half, without wasting any time, Kashimo, the god of lightning, drops in from over 200 meters high like a meteor, ready to throw hands with the king of curses. High above Kashimo, a massive block of ice hurtles toward the ground at insane speed. Standing on top of it is the frozen star, Ryomen, arriving to support their king. But above Ryomen, there's someone else, Kinji Hikari. Hikari looks down and says, "Sorry, I made a promise, so I've gotta stop you." Ryomen replies, "That's new to me." Hikari smirks, "Yeah, it sure is," and instantly he traps Ryomen inside his domain expansion. Hikari captures Ryomen, but the massive ice block continues to fall. Sukuna casually raises his hand, and with the slightest gesture destroys the falling ice. As the ice begins to break, Sukuna catches something hidden inside it. The ice was just a delivery method. Inside it, a cursed tool, a perfect replica of Kamitoke, left behind by Yorozu as a final gift. Sukuna fires it immediately. Lightning rains down on Kashimo. Sukuna smirks, just like old times, but Kashimo is completely unfazed. The nature of his cursed energy makes him resistant to electricity. Before they truly clash, Kashimo asks the real question: were you born the strongest, or did you earn it? Sukuna replies calmly, "I was simply born cursed and unwanted." Kashimo speaks about his loneliness, how he could never connect with the weak, how strength itself feels like eternal solitude. He wants answers from the one who stands at the absolute peak. Sukuna smirks and says, "Greedy bastards." He says both Gojo and Kashimo ask for too much, then tells him to come at him with everything he's got. Without wasting any time, Kashimo launches himself towards Sukuna. Without hesitation, he attacks relentlessly with his staff, not giving Sukuna a moment to breathe. Sukuna steps back, avoiding Kashimo's non-stop assault. Then, Kashimo activates his one-time curse technique, Mythical Beast Amber. His body transforms, pushing beyond human limits with insane speed and power. He begins overwhelming Sukuna with pure violence. Sukuna falls back again, trying to avoid the pressure, but Kashimo closes in, covering his mouth with crackling electric energy, and releases a devastating electric blast towards Sukuna. Sukuna tanks the attack easily, and smirks. Well, that was loud. Kashimo's technique continues. His body reconstructs itself to manifest any electrical phenomenon, all converted from his cursed energy. Then Kashimo closes the distance again, trying to catch Sukuna off guard, but Sukuna dodges by a hair's breadth. Kashimo baits him with another electric attack. Sukuna moves to block it with his cursed tool, but it's a feint. Kashimo switches and lands a clean punch straight to Sukuna's face, sending him flying. While Sukuna is still recovering, Kashimo fires another electric charge toward him. His body is now generating electromagnetic waves that vaporize matter, sound waves that shatter objects, and lightning-fast brain signals that boost his speed. But the strain is immense. His body begins to collapse under the pressure. Still, Kashimo doesn't stop, but Sukuna has another option, not just reverse curse technique, something more, a trump card he's been holding back, and now he uses it. Sukuna begins to transform, fully incarnating. The King of Curses reveals his true Heian-era form. Kashimo stares at him with enhanced X-ray-like vision, analyzing every inch of the King of Curses, inside and out, and what he sees is perfection. Even in this grotesque yet flawless body, Sukuna holds overwhelming advantages. With 4 arms, he can form hand signs while still attacking. With 2 mouths, he can chant incantations continuously without straining his lungs. Every organ, every function operates perfectly. No sorcerer in history has ever possessed such an edge. In the Heian-era, Sukuna, wielding Kamitoke and Hiten, effortlessly annihilated elite forces. Kashimo thinks to himself, to have achieved so much, Sukuna's true form is beautiful. Without hesitation, Kashimo attacks, but Sukuna blocks it effortlessly. In the same instant, Sukuna counters with a 2-handed punch, sending Kashimo flying. Before Kashimo can recover, Sukuna blitzes behind him mid-air with overwhelming speed. Kashimo reacts quickly, firing an electric blast from his hands. As the attack rushes forward, Sukuna begins chanting and calmly warns Kashimo to dodge. Then, Sukuna activates his technique, a dismantle slash, one that cuts the world itself. Kashimo barely avoids the fatal hit, but still loses part of his arm. The same invisible slash that once cut down Satoru Gojo. Kashimo realizes, so this is the slash that cuts the world itself. Sukuna then speaks of Yorozu, calling her a fool who tried to teach him about love. He tells Kashimo that both he and Gojo might have benefited from hearing her out. But with you people, it's not that you don't know love, you simply don't understand it. Kashimo responds, "What are you trying to say?" Sukuna replies calmly, "You were strong, weren't you?" The battle intensifies. Sukuna uses Kamitoke, summoning lightning as as a distraction, then instantly blitzes behind Kashimo again. Kashimo tries to counter with another electric blast, but Sukuna's extra arms pin his hands down, while the others unleash a relentless barrage of punches. Then, Sukuna slams Kashimo into the ground. Without pause, he strikes him again, sending Kashimo flying. As Kashimo attempts to counter mid-air, Sukuna unleashes a vast net of dismantle slashes. World-cutting attacks fill the space, closing in from every direction. Kashimo is overwhelmed. His body begins to break down under the strain of his own mythical beast, Amber. Then, in a dream-like fading state, Kashimo finds himself speaking with Sukuna. Sukuna explains, "Many powerful fighters must have challenged you with everything they had, but they never cursed you. They sought your recognition, to understand their own worth, and yet you cut them down, while wondering how to treat others with care. If that isn't love, then what is?" He continues, "Others love us for our strength, and we respond to that love. Yet solitude troubles you. That's why I called you greedy." Kashimo responds, "Then are you satisfied? If so, why divide your soul in cross-time as cursed objects? I understand love, and I say this to you. Love is worthless. I've never needed anyone. I eat when I want, fight what amuses me, and kill whoever stands in my way. I live as I please. If others can't accept that, that's their problem." Kashimo asks one final question. "Doesn't that ever get old?" Sukuna answers, "No. Every human has a unique, fleeting taste, and devouring them is the perfect way to pass time, until death." Kashimo smiles faintly. As the vision fades, his body collapses, defeated. At that moment, the domain barrier trapping Kinji Hikari and Urome shatters. They begin descending, Hikari smirking, Urome filled with rage. Then, new figures arrive on the battlefield. Yuji Itadori and Hiromi Higuruma step in. Sukuna looks up, recognizing Yuji, his expression calm yet slightly annoyed and curious. The next stage of the Shinjuku showdown begins. If you watch till the end, don't forget to subscribe for the next part.